you know that the fact that you're so negative is impacting the quality of your life. I just come straight out of the gym, check my emails, and I've spotted a theme emerging. People are constantly coming to me, getting in contact, asking how can they be more positive. You know, it's all well and good talking about achievement and success and peak performance, but ultimately we just want to have a positive life, right? So what I found is that the challenges of everyday life are going to come no matter what. Challenging things are going to happen no matter what. So you can either meet these challenges with a positive mindset or a negative mindset. So I just wanted to share this video with you talking about the things that I employ and the ideas that I've got when it comes to staying more positive, and hopefully really help you have that positive lifestyle more often. First of all, for me, it's about avoiding reactions, snap reactions. What if I told you that you can choose to respond? It's a wonderful concept. Let's take, say you rise in the morning and you stub your toe straight out of bed. We all know how painful that can be. The reaction, oh, I'm so stupid, today's going to be such a bad day, I always do that, I'm such an idiot. None of those things that you just said in that snap reaction are true. What if you became a master of that split second in between, where you chose to laugh and say, that always makes me slightly peeved. Oh well, it doesn't matter, I'm going to have a great day anyway. That might sound easier said than done, but with practice you can do it. With the level of consciousness that we've got as human beings, we don't need to live in reaction all the time. And then you can progress through your day and be more positive by being thankful for the things that you have more often. And it may sound cliched, and I do spend a lot of time writing about this on my blog and talking about it as well to people. But it really does change the quality of your life. I mean, if I take this water, for example, with a little bit of wheatgrass in it, I mean, I can just have a sip, my thirst is quenched, and I mean, we take those things for granted in our society. I mean, I've got water quite literally on tap, and you know, I'm a big fan of charity and the charitable work that goes on. I stay interested and I contribute myself. And when I see that there's other humans that haven't got access to clean running water, I've got no choice but to be thankful for the fact that I have. Now, of course, there's things and trials and tribulations that come with the modern lifestyle. But if you can just take a step back, be thankful for the fact you've got running water, the fact that you can see, the fact that you can hear, the fact that you can even watch this video, the fact that your parents, your children, your dog, your cat. I had a lady that I worked with, and just being thankful for her ferret and noticing how her ferret impacted the quality of her life changed the way that she went about her daily business. And I think, okay, when we talk about not reacting, being thankful, these are great, but we need things that can create positivity within us immediately. And for me, that comes with positive movement. The amazing thing is that your biochemistry and your thoughts and your feelings, they're all linked. So if I sit here like this, and I'm sad and I'm dwelling on things that are going wrong, which even I find myself in this position sometimes. But you can snap yourself out of it, throw the smile on your face, throw your shoulders back, throw your chest up, and your biochemistry starts to get confused, and you start to move straight up into a positive mindset. Why? Because that's how we're wired. I don't care if it seems cringeworthy, I don't care if you seem crazy, even if you move, smile, throw your shoulders back and you start to laugh at yourself, it's worked, right? Because you're laughing. You're no longer in that negative place, you're in that positive place just by moving positive. Another important factor is to avoid comparisons. The only person you want to really compare yourself to is yourself. Comparisons can really bring us down and put us in a negative place. When I first started doing what I'm doing now, I succumbed to this a little bit. until I realised. You know, we think, oh, I was thinking, you know, he's speaking in front of so many thousand people. I'm only speaking in front of 30 people. He's got these award-winning books. I'm still writing mine. No. Of course I was starting to feel negative. You make the journey of your goals in your life seem more impossible by comparing yourself. What if you did your utmost to be better than you were yesterday? Okay, I didn't have an award-winning book, but I'd written one more page today than I had yesterday. And as you see the smile come on my face, you can become more positive if you notice your own progress and your own comparison with your previous self. That is where the positivity comes from. Another great thing to do is to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. People spend a lot of time focusing on what they don't want, and they wonder why it shows up all the time. Where we are what we're focused on is going to come into our life because we're giving it focus, we're giving it our consciousness, we're paying attention to it. It's like when the toddler, the little infant, is carrying the little beaker of water or juice, proudly carrying it. It's going to have a lovely drink, carrying it with perfect balance, never ever going to spill a drop. And then the parent says, "Don't spill it!" You hear the word, your brain hears the word "don't" and just drops it, and you start creating images of spillages and spillages and spillages. And what happens? Everyone's surprised when the child spills the drink. I wonder how many less spillages there'd be if parents said, "Carry on carrying that safely," or words to that effect. Just little sudden, little slight changes in the way you phrase things to yourself can really make a big difference, and you can focus on what you want. If you want £4,000 a month passive income, focus on it and focus on it and focus on it. Because if you focus on not being broke, you'll end up broke. So you can improve your mindset and improve your levels of positivity by focusing on what you want, because you'll start to attract those things into your life. Which brings me on to my final point. I think it's important that we fail forward, if that makes sense, because if we view failure as finite and we end up being knocked down on our backs and that's it, then of course we're going to be negative. But what if we take each temporary defeat as fuel for our future success? Interesting concept. Failure then becomes, of course, a challenge at times, but then exciting to get back up and make progress because you know you've got this fail forward mentality. Now, all of these things that I discuss in terms of being more positive, I almost became obsessed with because I wanted to practice them and practice them and practice them so I could help other people. That's what you must do. Practice. Practice being positive. If you wanted to be a great football player, you'd have to practice playing football. A golfer, computer engineer, to be great, you have to practice. If you want to be a person with great levels of positivity, of course you have to practice. But it's a wonderful place to be when the challenges of life approach and you attack them head on, or you sidestep the challenge because of your positive mindset, because you've practiced and practiced and practiced. I could go on all day. I've got hundreds of positivity techniques. And what I've actually done is I'm in the process of writing a small Kindle book just on how to be more positive, and I'll let you guys know when it's up and running. But until then, practice these techniques. Practice, practice, practice. Be positive, move positive, think positive, and you'll live a positive life. I've been Jermaine Harris, author, speaker, trainer, coach. Thanks for watching. Keep going and keep growing.